Hey, what's going on, everybody? John W. Davis and Pavy here. You're listening to the Spark Report. What's going on, Pav? How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm feeling all right. We just watched this 94-68 Sun dominating 26-point win over the Sparks together.
We did.
How do you feel?
For one thing, if any of you guys listen to the show, and I'm assuming if you listen to this when you have listened to us before, what did we say? What did we sit here and say? I said if they want a chance to win, they have to completely dominate the glass.
Well, that's exactly what they did in the second game. Game 2, 46-24.
46-24.
This was basically a 2-1 advantage on the boards.
Yeah, that's
you can't overcome that.
That's nah.
I mean, because let's see. So it's 22 rebound difference, 26 difference in points.
And they had how many offensive? They had 16 offensive rebounds. So they almost had as many offensive rebounds as the Sparks had rebounds in general.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had 16 offensive rebounds. The Sparks had
how many
20
did Jonquel
defensive
Jones
rebounds.
have?
Jonquel Jones had 7 offensive rebounds. She had more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds.
She had a total of 13 rebounds.
13
how many rebounds did Alyssa Thomas have?
13 rebounds.
13 rebounds.
Courtney Williams 6 rebounds.
25 points.
Jasmine
Courtney
Thomas
Williams.
5. Yeah, Courtney Williams was.
And you know what's crazy? Jasmine Thomas is all-star level point guard, and she kind of was just chilling. Lots of assists, 7 assists, but she's just waiting in the cut.
Yeah,
she's just waiting till they need her.
Yeah, she hasn't went to work yet at all for the most part. She hasn't went to. I mean, even Strickland didn't shoot well. She was 1 for 4.
Right. So go down to that 3-point shooting. Let's see what they actually shot.
Shot 33% for 3, 10 of 30, but they took 33s, which again, which is my thing about the Sparks all year.
You want to take them against the Sparks.
Just shoot them, because to open the course up. You get them, scattered everywhere. Just take them.
But in the second half, they were much better with the threes. The threes were going down.
Yeah. If we could separate each half stats, I'm pretty sure. I think they actually shot 60%.
Yeah, they were 6 of 8 at one point in the second half.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, and even with a rebound discrepancy like this, it just shows me that one team was more physical. Because there's like you getting out rebounded by basically 20. Like, that's not scheme or skill or anything at that point. That's just like, we want this ball more. Right. We playing harder.
Well, there was the scheme of not necessarily boxing out that much. Like, it kind of just was like, shot went up, everybody turned and they looked. And then the ball went wherever it went, and then they went after the ball, kind of.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it looked for rebounding to me. It was missing that fundamental of ball goes up. As it's going up, you box out.
Find a man.
You find somebody to put your body on.
Yeah.
Try to get the position on them, and then hopefully the ball bounces your way.
Also, I don't think that they're necessarily used to a team that has guards even getting there trying to rebound.
Like, how many rebounds did Williams have?
Williams had 6 rebounds.
Right, and that's basically her
two
average.
and two offensive rebounds. Even Jasmine Thomas had 5 rebounds.
He's letting the 5'9", 140,
6 rebounds.
Person get 6 rebounds.
And that probably don't even count how many, times they just got their hands on the ball, tipped the ball, and things like that. So, like, for the most part, Courtney Williams was active everywhere on the court. Like, not just from the perimeter. She was getting in there in the paint. I think that maybe kind of threw the Sparks off, because usually you just have to rebound, like, box out the bigs. Now that's something different. Now that's when you got to blame the guards. Like, yo, you got to help us out.
You got to box
when
out
the shot,
everybody.
Box out the guards. Let us.
Thomas had 5 rebounds. Williams had 6 rebounds. Strickland had 4. They all rebound.
Look at the bench. Rachel had 3 rebounds.
Yeah, but that was late in the game. Rachel Bannon, that was late in the game.
Fair.
It's okay. I mean,
Fair.
It's okay, but
Fair.
Those rebounds are not really counting against the starting lineup.
Fair.
The Connecticut Sun have played the same starting lineup for all 34 games in the regular season, and all 2 games so far in the playoffs they played. 30 straight games they played this lineup.
Yeah.
So that's who you have to focus on against this team. And to do that, the main thing you have to do, in my opinion, to match the physicality, you have to bully the bully. If this team is bullies, you have to bully the bully. And the specific bully is Alyssa Thomas. Alyssa Thomas had played like 70 straight minutes in this series. She played all 40 in game 1. She just came out towards the end of the game in game 2. You have to bully the bully.
Yeah, that kind of
Bully the bully.
Yeah, even at the end of game one, you got like Fish arguing with her. It's like that. I don't feel like that's Fish's job. That's like the player's job. Now I understand that he have maybe wanted to inject some excitement into his team, but I feel like if you got to do that, then you're kind of behind the 8 ball.
You know
like,
how you bully the bully? More minutes for Shanae. She is the only one that I've seen go up against Alyssa Thomas and match her toe for toe. Because you can't put TRP or Elena Beard on her. Yeah, you might be able to switch her for one possession or something, but that's the only person that's taller than her that's willing to go hard. Now, unless you tell me, I'm going to pull out Kalani Brown and try to do something against her, switch around and try to get Kalani Brown isolated against her offensively and try to do something against her. But other than that, what do you do?
I don't even think the way that you, like, with Alyssa, I think you have to make her feel you. Like, again, she's delivering. She had mad questionable screens. She would stick her butt out. She
stuck
give
her butt out one
something.
time on offense.
Yeah,
she had the ball. She was dribbling and purposely saw somebody coming by and said, feel that.
She would like give you a little bit something extra on every screen. You saw her even push neck a little bit. I think the main thing that I think about when I think of screens or anything like that, like moving screens, like I'll tell people, I know like watching the Warriors, I'm like, yo, run over the screener. Okay. And at some point in time, if you keep getting hit with screens, you feel they dirty, run over the screener. I'm talking about she line up for a screen and you like take.
But who can physically run her over?
Try. Like, if somebody set up for a screen, literally run. I'm talking about, like, look at her and push, run, do something.
Because the one person you would say that's probably picking up a lot of the screens or fighting through a lot of the screens is TRP.
Run her over.
Now, I know TRP is dealing with shoulder soreness, shoulder issues, hip issues, things like that. You constantly see her icing these different things. Yeah, she gets up for the games, but do we really want TRP, like, putting the shoulder down and trying to go through Thomas?
Forearm, like somebody has to do, and like not nothing malicious, not nothing to hurt nobody.
Right.
You just need to make them feel your presence.
That's why I think you use some of these fouls you got off the bench. You got two big players off the bench who are not playing, Kalani Brown and Maria Vadiva. You get 6 fouls in the WNBA, 6 fouls for a 40-minute game. There's no way in the world Vadiva or Kalani Brown are going to foul out. And if they did, oh well. Like, somebody's got to do so. Even Shanae, I know she can get in foul trouble and things like that, but you got to use your fouls. You can't take these home with you.
No, I agree.
You can't take these fishing with you.
No, I agree. That's what's gonna happen if you go.
Yeah, fishing. You can't take these Derek fishing with you.
But no, I like my main thing when I watch this is just that, like, I feel like the Sparks are playing too pretty. I think they playing a very finesse, pretty form of bat. They're playing like what you would assume a Los Angeles team would play like, right. And Connecticut is playing like what you would assume an East Coast team would play like.
Soccer.
Yeah,
it's like the beautiful game, the pass here, I got the ball, I'm gonna do no.
Yeah, and I think at some point in time you got to just woman to woman muck it up and say we not having this.
Right.
Like, if you lose a game, you lose a game. Like, sometimes, a team is just better than you. Like, they, whatever. But, that, like, when you getting out-rebounded 46-24, that's just you not stepping up to the plate physically. That's just you not taking that challenge physically. Mm-hmm. Even, like, I saw too many times when they, like, fell down 11-12s, you over there talking to the refs about certain fouls. The refs can't save you.
Right.
At that point, like, the refs can't. You have to take it upon yourself to max their physicality, and I didn't see that today.
Let me ask you this then. So, and just work with me, because I'm trying to get to a point.
Right.
Who was the MVP on the LA Sparks?
Today?
In general. Who was the MVP on the LA Sparks?
Nneka.
Okay. Who needs more minutes in this series right now? From the post?
Shanae.
Okay. How do you do that and still get Candace Parker the time she needs to get? I think it's time for the Three Sisters lineup in short spurts. I think it's time to see Candace Parker, Shanae, and Nneka be on the court at the same time. I think it's time to use your length to your advantage against this team. Because, when else are you going to have another opportunity? Game 3 is in Long Beach. This is not Staples Center. This is not your 12, 13,000 people arena. This is 4,000 people. First 2,500 are getting a towel. Okay, they're gonna have rally towels. Lead the charge.
Yeah.
If not now, when? You have to try something different. You can't just say, "Oh, we're back home. We're going to be better now," because you're not at home. You're in LA County.
But you're not at home.
You're not at home. You're not at Staples.
I don't hate that idea, but I just think that with
I'm not saying start.
No. I just think that with Candace, like judging off how she played in game one, which game one I thought was great. Now, granted,
Excellent.
I don't have the stats in front of me. I don't know what the rebounding number was. I don't know.
First game?
Yeah.
I believe she had 24 points.
No, I'm talking about like the team rebounding.
Okay.
Like I don't know what the team rebounding was. I don't know how many points she gave
Closer
up.
than 22.
I don't know. Like I don't know how many points she gave up. Like certain things I don't know off top.
Thomas was getting her in the beginning.
See, so I think with Candace, it's like you judge it off of how she looks when she comes out. Because today she just didn't seem like. Now, granted, I didn't really see many opportunities for her. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I think if there's no opportunities for you, I think Candace is the type of. Well, not I think she's the type of athlete and the type of basketball player that can take the onus up on herself. She can call her own number. She don't have to wait until anybody gets her involved in the game. She can call her own number.
If I'm Coach Fisher, I believe I can challenge Candace Parker because from the beginning of the season, before she even got in the league, she's been telling everybody, I'm positionless basketball. I'm a point forward. I'm this. I'm that. Well, challenge her to become a positionless basketball player who's going to have to defend the perimeter. You're going to have to defend Strickland.
Yeah, but
you're going to have to defend Strickland.
I don't think
you're going to have to defend Strickland.
Yeah,
that's
I don't think
it.
that's the
like
but
you
see,
can't.
here's why I don't think that's the.
Give me the minutes.
She's
You
25.
can't play Shanae 15 minutes against the Sun.
Nah, like
she's the only one who knows intimately the post players on there. She went up against Jones every day in practice. She went up against Thomas often.
I think Shanae.
Okay? She knows Thomas's tendencies because they started together.
I think Shanae needs more minutes, but I think that comes at the expense of Candace's minutes. I don't necessarily want Candace out there, especially like she's not at this age the fastest. So I don't want her out there having to run around screens and do it.
Not fast.
Yeah, but if you got her running around screens trying to like defend her, I would think she might get lost around some of those screens. Also, they might run things where they might try to get Courtney Williams switched on Candace and things like that. So I'm with you for Shanae getting more minutes. Shanae getting more minutes, but I don't know if you can do that.
Historically, Shanae Ogwumike is not a more efficient player than Candace Parker. The two most efficient players on the team historically are Nneka Ogwumike and Candace Parker. So they have to play.
Nah,
you're hurting yourself by not having Candace Parker involved.
But yeah, but you
ask her to do it just a little something different.
Like I feel you,
even so, okay, you don't want Nneka guard or you don't want Candace guarding the perimeter. Remember we talked about it with Coach Fisher. He was saying that if I went to that lineup, I would see Nneka guarding the three per se more than Candace Parker. Do that then. Do something. Challenge them to do something.
I don't hate that. But I think that with Candace, it just depends on how she comes out and how she looks. I think that obviously game 3 is going to be a elimination game. So I think everybody has to have a short leash. If you see somebody coming out and they aren't performing the way that you want them to within the first 3 to 5 minutes of the game, get them out of there, try them later. Get them out of there and throw Shanae. And the reason why I like Shanae in this situation is just she's just more physical. Mm-hmm. She's just a little bit more physical and has no issue with getting physical. Like this series,
a bit more physical.
Like this series, yes, it's always about X's and O's. I don't think it's so much about X's and O's.
I mean,
it's about
Shanae basically threw Jonquel Jones down to the ground.
Which and like
I don't want anybody hurt.
But I think it was necessary at that point in time in the game.
Right, it frustrated Jones.
I think that was necessary. Mm-hmm. So I don't think this series is so much X's and O's. Not granted, there are some things with X's and O's that Fish has done I don't necessarily agree with. I think for one, you need to create more scoring opportunities for Chelsea Gray. I don't even think she got opportunities to score in the second half.
I have not been able to even tweet my nickname for her.
Where's
my ISO Gray?
But see, everybody gets on me when you just like isolation basketball. Like, no, there's always a place for it. Sometimes you can't run millions upon millions upon millions of sets. Sometimes you have to just give your best player the ball where you want them to have the ball at, spread out, and watch them go to work. For one, I think they should use her more in the post. She only got to it one time today, and that was by mistake. When you look at Jasmine Thomas and you look at Courtney Williams and you look at Chelsea Gray, Chelsea Gray's what, 5'10"? I don't know how much.
Chelsea Gray's 5'11".
5'11". I don't know how much she weighs, but it's more than
170.
But it's more than the Sun guard.
Yeah,
Sun's guard.
She has at least 2 to 3 inches on their guards, and at least 25 pounds on their guards.
I promise you, they can't guard her 1-on-1, especially not in the post. You could, if you want to like run post isolations for her, you can like do that. Also, I think they should stop bringing the screen up so much because you just bring in another defender and you know they're trapping. If you're not gonna,
and post isolations would be effective because you have players like NECA, who has added a 3-point shot to her game this year. I call her NECA 2.0.
Yeah.
You have Candace Parker, who has the ability to make threes.
make threes.
Okay. So
you can run offense through the post, and if they get into a situation where it's starting to work, now they're gonna have to double. Now everything is one pass away.
This is my thing. So I've seen TRP on Thomas, and I would say that TRP and even Beard, when she comes in and they switch up, they both have been effective at slowing down their point guard.
Yeah, I haven't really noticed Jasmine Thomas out there.
Right. So you haven't noticed her, and that's because TRP and Beard have been guarding her. But I think it's time to now trust Chelsea Gray to take on the challenge of guarding the point guard matchup and asking TRP or Elena Beard to guard Courtney Williams.
That's fair. I told you, I think that...
Because the walking bucket is getting points.
I told you, I think that Chelsea should go guard Strickland.
She has been.
And I think that TRP should... And then you can put
Raquana's been guarding Williams.
And
then TRP has been guarding Thomas.
I think you should just switch that up.
Switch what?
Put Raquana on Jasmine and put TRP on Courtney.
Okay.
I think Courtney needs a bigger body on her.
That's fine. But whatever it is, I think I'm ready for TRP on Courtney Williams.
Nah, I just
want to
think
switch Raquana and if you want to put Raquana on Strickland, I'm fine with that.
I'm with you. I just think that Courtney needs a bigger body on her. And I don't think that Raquana, see, my thing was I thought that I knew Courtney would get some buckets, right? But I thought that Raquana's defense would frustrate Courtney enough to offset whatever Courtney was going to do. And also,
she just keeps coming, man.
And also, I thought...
Like a Terminator. She just keeps coming.
And also, I thought Raquana will play a little bit better as well. Raquana hasn't... I mean, she came out hot today, but then she got into the scenario where she could start taking a little bit one too many shots. I haven't been able
to use my nickname for her either. I like to call her the microwave.
Yeah, she hasn't. It's like she came out hot today, but then she started taking. I think she felt like she had to force things, which works sometimes and doesn't work other times. It's also why I was of the thinking she should have been off the bench for most of the year, because I think that those type of players need to come off the bench, but that's neither here nor there.
Right, because you're not going to bench her now.
Yeah, obviously
she
not.
May play less minutes,
but she's not going to bench her. Yeah. But I think that TRP would do a better job on Courtney just because you need a body on her. Like Courtney,
you got to slow that down.
Like, is Courtney taller than
yes,
Raquana?
Yes.
Yeah. So if like Raquana hops out and
Raquana
Courtney
is listed at 5'7", Courtney Williams is listed at 5'9".
Yeah,
and we both know that Raquana Williams is not 5'7".
She's probably like 5'6".
And even if Courtney Williams is not 5'9", she still has 2 inches on her.
Yeah, like
so that under defense is not doing anything.
Like if Raquana,
the leverage is not doing anything.
Like if Raquana goes out and put her hands up in her face, Courtney Williams has a pretty good vertical. She elevates. She's like she's way above Raquana.
Yeah.
Like if like Raquana does this and she elevates, she's way above her.
Raquana can block her, but just to putting the hand up, no.
Yeah.
It's not gonna do anything.
It's not gonna do nothing.
So yeah, that matchup is not working.
Yeah, you need a bigger body. And I mean, Jonquil and and Alyssa, you just got to get more physical. Like that's one thing. You just got to challenge the Sparks bigs to just get more physical. Like that's not even no X's and O's thing. You get more physical. Be more physical. Can we get
some baby enforcer?
I think that Kalani might have earned herself some playing time at the end of this game. Actually, I actually really do. I didn't mind the way she came in and she played. She was just at least if Kalani is down there, it's a body. Now I don't know if you're gonna have that much faith with putting her in a elimination game, especially in that scenario. I don't know. I think you may
played in the national championship game in April.
Fair.
She was leading that team for 3 quarters.
Fair.
She led that team for 98% of the season.
Fair.
And Chloe Jackson and them closed it out. I mean, she can play.
Nah, she can. And I think
she is the tallest player in this series
and the biggest
by
player.
far the biggest when it comes to weight.
Yeah, they can't just move her out the way.
No.
Like Alyssa Thomas can't just move Kalani out the way. Like stop it. That's not gonna happen.
No, because and that's the thing. So Shanae and Kalani have played a lot together this season. So there's a possibility you can go Kalani and Shanae. This would be a short spurt.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
But that might be the spurt you need if you're doing a Kalani, Shanae, and then you got Chelsea, Raquana, and I don't know TRP or Sydney Weiss out there. Get some shooters with them.
Also, I think one thing it would do. Also, I think one thing because I've noticed a couple times like a lot of the Sparks bids haven't set really good screens. Like they have, especially today. Like they didn't. Sometimes when they would bring the screen up, they wouldn't really do Chelsea any favors because they would barely set it.
Yeah.
They would like show, but like not actually set it.
Oh yeah, you gotta feel it. Yeah, I was playing pickup basketball on Wednesday night, and like I know that right now I don't play basketball too much, so I'm not the best shooter or anything like that. So I'm like, well, what I know I can do is set a screen and stand there and don't move.
Stand there, set good screens.
Don't put my hip out and none of that because I mean it ain't that deep. I can set a screen. I can make a bounce pass, and I can try to play defense. And that will get you very far. I feel you. I'm not the best shooter either. I think I can pass. I think I can rebound. I think I can set good screen. I'm PJ Tucker. When I play basketball, I'm PJ Tucker. That's literally me. I am PJ Tucker. I get the balls to the people who can score, and I rebound. But I think Kalani would also maybe help free Chelsea Gray up a little bit if you're going to continue to send screens up there because she's a body to get around. That is a large screen to get around.
Yeah, she's a body to get around.
Chelsea only needs just a little bit of space.
Exactly.
She can start doing that herky-jerky wiggle game and get in there and get fouled.
Yeah.
Do some of those layups we know what to do or draw the defense and make that no-look pass.
She's not going to be able to get to the paint, so she's going to have to do most of her work from like the mid-range area unless, again, you isolate her in the post.
We've seen her do the mid-range.
She can do the mid-range.
She gets excellent mid-range shots when it's clutch time.
The issue is she's having an issue getting to it because of where they're running the screens at. They're making it very easy for her to get trapped. Mm-hmm. They need to run those screens higher. Mm-hmm. But also don't
run them at all.
Or don't run them at all. But also the Sun probably feel comfortable no matter where they running at because they would assume Candace or Neko or whoever isn't going to pull up from like 30 feet.
Right.
So it's not even the same necessarily threat. Or maybe you run it with Raquana. Run a 2-guard screen or something like that. Mm-hmm. Like with people where if you show and you try to hedge out on her, you got to hurry up and get back to Raquana because you would assume Raquana can knock down a shot. I think just in general, either stop bringing them screens up there. Chelsea Gray is good enough to go one-on-one with whoever. I'm sorry. Like this is when I speak about isolation basketball still being effective because you're getting series teams know your plays. You can't just do that every single time. Mm-hmm. Especially if you're trying to run screen and rolls when you have guards. They're just gonna trap it and get the ball out of their hands. Isolate her either on the perimeter. I would much rather again like to see her isolated in the post. I think it would serve her well. I think it would serve the team well, and I think it would create easy buckets for her, and also it would conserve energy.
The point of Game 3 is to win.
To win.
It does not matter how you
do it. You need to win.
If Chelsea Gray got to get 20 shots, then Chelsea Gray got to get 20 shots.
She should be getting 20 shots. Like, why is she not? Like, why is Chelsea only took
and if
12 shots tonight?
If you got to call 8 Chelsea Gray isolations, as soon as it's down to a minute left and you just call Chelsea ISO each quarter, first, second, third, fourth, then that's what you do.
Also, I think the issue is a lot of people who are shooting the ball shouldn't be shooting the ball. Like, TRP took 7 shots, but she also
got to take open shots.
But listen, she also took 5 free throws.
That's because she was being aggressive and got fouled.
Yeah, but a lot of that is because they were running plays, which leads you to pass the ball. Like, I think the Sun are dictating who shoots on the Sparks. That's not what should be happening. The Sparks should be dictating who they want to shoot the ball.
If a couple of these players can get to their nicknames, the Sparks will win Game 3 and 4. If you can get Headband T, knock down a couple threes, you're going to win this game. You get NECA 2.0, getting some threes, you're going to win this game. You get a microwave performance from Raquana Williams for just a quarter. You don't even need a half or a whole game, just a quarter.
Yeah, but
you're going to win some games.
Shots,
you get some ISO Gray going for 2 or 3 quarters, you're going to win the game. So you just need these players to become their best identities.
Yeah, but you got to put them in situations where they can become that.
Okay.
That's the issue. Like even Nneka, right? She took 1-3 and made it and didn't take no more.
She wasn't around to take threes. I mean, Nneka had a very efficient game. 18 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists on 7 of 9 from the field, and made a 3.
Yeah, but my thing is, if you're going to run screens up there, then I think that she should, especially
She got to pop.
Especially if they're going to double off Chelsea, then she should pop and at least make them think about, oh, damn, we got to go back and get her because she might make this. Like, she has a good stroke. I don't think I see too many pick and pops either. I think I usually just see, like, pick and, like, roll. I don't think I see too many pops.
No, you're right. That would be a good concept.
Which is why I also say run it with the guards.
Yeah.
If they gonna trap, run it with, like, literally run that with the guards. And also, Chelsea could probably see over them. Like, you gotta think if, like, Jonquel or, like, Alyssa is in Chelsea face, she can't see.
Yeah, you're right.
She can't see. But if you run it with the guards.
I don't want a screen if it's gonna come with a possible trap with Thomas or especially Jones. I mean, Jones has a crazy
She's like
wingspan.
6'5".
She's 6'6", but probably gotta at least have a 6'9" wingspan.
Probably longer than that.
It might be like 6'10", 6'11".
Might be. She's one of the best athletes in the league, actually. She's probably a top 5 athlete in the league, honestly.
Definitely.
I even think she's a better athlete than Brittany Griner. Even though Brittany Griner be dunks and stuff like that, I think she's a better athlete than Brittany Griner.
She just haven't seen.
Like even when she did that post spin move earlier, I was oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
She got a crazy stroke from outside.
Yeah, she hit a one-legged jumper today. Like but again, I think that they either have to utilize Chelsea Gray's one-on-one ability more or pick and pop. I swear to God, like I would have to go back and watch the footage to prove it. But I swear to God, I don't think I've seen too many pick and pops.
What about this? If there is a situation where you feel like you don't have say you're in the bonus, you don't feel like you have the defensive advantage, or you don't feel like it's a 50-50 defense to offense possession, what about using some fouls against Alyssa Thomas? Send her to the free throw line.
I don't hate that. It just depends on who's fouling.
She's not trying to make free throws right now.
Yeah, it just really depends on who's fouling.
In each shoulder. Like, she's not trying to shoot free throws. She probably hates shooting free throws right now. Frustrated. Like, do some things to frustrate the Sun. Don't let them just frustrate you. Because it's frustrating me watching them.
It's frustrating me. Yeah. They're like,
just like, okay.
I'm like, yo, run over the screen. Just run over the screen. Just one time. Just run over the screen. I don't mean do it all game.
Right.
I'm sure Alyssa's going to get back up and, like, continue playing her game. But it's just a message. Not today.
Right.
Not today.
Not today, son.
Not today. Today, no. Any other day, maybe we'll see. We'll analyze then. But today, no.
So the message should be not Sunday and not Tuesday.
Like, literally, I think the first play of the game, right? If Alyssa Thomas pops out for a screen, whoever is about to get screened, forget about the ball carrier. We don't care about this person right now. Your job is to make them call a foul. I want you to run clean over Alyssa Thomas.
Right.
Get up, walk away. Somebody, she probably gonna get up, try to start some type of little skirmish. It's fine. She's gonna get up, walk away, keep playing basketball.
The Emmys are Sunday, so I mean, take some acting tips.
Get up, keep playing basketball. Reason being, it's gonna set a precedent. Now, even as a player, psychologically, when you see that, it's like, oh, okay, like we here, like like y'all on y'all heels, not we on our heels, not we dealing with it. We throwing out some punches too. Now, not like literally throwing out punches. We throwing out some punches too. We not just blocking and taking them and dunking.
This is the thing. So far in this season, these teams have played 5 games.
Yeah.
The Sun have won all 3 of the games at home. The Sparks have won the 2 games in LA at Staples. So you would think that the Sparks would just go ahead and win.
That's the issue though.
3 and 4.
That's the issue though. And like that's why I tweeted that I thought that this game was like a must win. I don't think that you want to go into an elimination game on a home court that's not your home court. We got the thing. They not even practicing there. The first time they gonna play at that arena is when they play at that arena.
Right.
They doing shoot around and playing the game. They practicing at the college that they practice at. They not even practicing at the arena.
Well, the good thing about it is it's a natural basketball gym, so it's going to have good sight lines and things like that. It's not like they're playing in, the Alamo Dome. That's a football stadium where they just put up a court and the sight lines are crazy or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, they're playing basketball in a basketball gym.
But still, though, like, it's come on, like that's basically like another road game at that point. Besides,
it's not a road game because
it's
you have
not
the
a
West
home court
Coast,
advantage.
You have the West Coast advantage. You
Yeah,
got
but
the time zone advantage.
But it's not. But it's
You
not
got
a
the
home.
comfortability advantage.
Not really, because you got to get up and drive to Long Beach.
That's okay.
Like even your morning routine is thrown off.
That's okay. Some of them got autopilot on their cars. Some of them got them Teslas. Autopilot, that boy.
Even autopilot, that boy.
I'm being funny.
I know, but even like your morning routine is thrown off. Like if you got a routine, like on game day, I wake up, do this at this time.
Mm-hmm.
My routine is thrown off because now I got to drive to Long Beach.
And it's a later game. It's 4 p.m. Pacific time.
It's 4 p.m. Pacific time.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Yep. Because TV.
There you go.
Because they want it to be seen at 7 Eastern time.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So everything is thrown off.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like the worst possible scenario for elimination game that the Sparks could have possibly put themselves in.
It is.
Especially coming off that loss and how you lose that game.
It is, but you know what? They're going to know it's an elimination game, and I expect them to act accordingly. It's kind of like the church announcements. You hear the church announcements and act accordingly. Like the announcement is, we lose this game, the season's over. Some of us have to go overseas. Other of us, we get to stay here. Some of us are going, a couple of weeks after this, we're going to go to Atlanta and work for Candace Parker. Shanae's going to have to do a lot more ESPN stuff. NECA and Chelsea, they're going to have to, take a little bit of time off and then start working on their Olympic team duties or national team duties. So these people are going to have stuff to do after this that's going to be just as taxing or a lot more taxing than just playing Sparks basketball.
Yeah.
So they're going to want to cherish playing Sparks basketball right now, and I expect them to act accordingly and get it together.
Fair.
They have to.
Yeah,
they might lose game 5. They might even lose game 4, but they're not losing game 3. They're not losing game 3.
We'll see.
Not losing game 3.
We'll see.
Mark it on here. They're not losing game 3.
Nah, I'm a name the episode Sparks are not losing game 3.
They're not.
So real.
How?
Okay, so real.
Why? Like, what would be the point of losing game 3?
How? Why?
How? Why? What would be the point of losing game 3?
Okay, so what do you think? Just like system, like schematically, or just like what?
You're gonna ISO Gray. You're gonna play Shanae more. You're gonna play TRP and Beard on Courtney Williams, and that's gonna make a difference. And with that, whoever is guarding Thomas when it's not Shanae, you're going to have to bully her. You're going to have to match her intensity. Let her know that she's not in charge. You gotta do her like the Somali pirate did Tom Hanks. You got to look at her in the face. You got to say, no, you don't say I'm the captain first. You know what you tell Alyssa Thomas? You say, look at me. Look at me. I am the captain now. Like, you got to do the 2 look at me's first. Like, you got to, stand in her face toe to toe. Candace Parker is taller than her. Shanae Agumike is taller than her. Kalani Brown is taller than her. You got to look down at her and tell her, this is L.A. It's Long Beach, but this is L.A. And we going to win this game.
Yeah, but she out there playing with 2 torn labels. She is insane.
Yes, she is, but who cares?
She is insane.
I understand that.
She is playing basketball with 2 torn labels.
I'm not saying.
Why are you doing that to yourself?
Because she want that check.
That is insane. That is, I know
because
her
she's a WNBA All-Star and she wants that 6-figure check over wherever she's playing. I think she probably plays in Russia.
I know her shoulders got to be on fire.
They're probably not by now. They've probably been done so long that it's just probably just hurt. Not fire. They probably just hurt. They probably just sore now.
How is she even shooting the ball?
She pushes it to the rim. She does layups. And then free throw line is that you saw that push.
Yeah,
she just right hand pushes it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Somebody on Twitter was saying she should just Rick Barry it.
Nah, really, she probably honestly would have more success if she just shot it out of
would, but she ain't got time to practice that now.
Yeah, she don't, but she would probably have more success if she just shot it out of the head.
She probably would, but so mark my words. Sparks not losing this game.
All right.
They're not losing game 3.
All right.
We can talk after game 3 all you want, but they're not losing game 3. They might lose 4. They might lose 5. but they're not losing game 3.
All
Can we
right.
end it on that?
Yeah, we can end it on
All
that.
right, y'all. It's been the Spark Report. John W. Davis, Pavy. We'll check y'all out later. Peace.